The State Route 71, unofficially known as the Blackbird, is a long-range, advanced, strategic reconnaissance aircraft developed from the Lockheed A-12 and YF-12A aircraft. The first flight of State Route 71 took place on December 22, 1964, and the first State Route 71 to enter service was delivered to the 4,200th, later 9th, Strategic Reconnaissance Wing at Beale Air Force Base, AFB Calif, in January 1966. The U.S. Air Force USAF retired its fleet of Senior 71s on January 26, 1990, because of a decreasing defense budget and high costs of operation. During its 24 years of service, the State Route 71 Blackbird gathered intelligence in some of the world's most hostile environments. The Blackbird evaded all 4,000 missiles fired at it and, to this day, remains the only USAF aircraft to never lose a crew member associated with it, whether in the air or on the ground. But could the State Route 71 be shot down by missile systems such as Russia's S-300 or S-400? The S-200, S-300 and S-400 are amazing platforms, and given their stated performance, the 300 and 400 could probably hit a target at the Senior 71's speed and altitude. But that is not the same as hitting State Route 71. But the question was, could it shoot down the State Route 71 if it were still in service? And if it were still in service, it would have received the same jamming and electronic warfare upgrades as other planes have. Would these EU jammer upgrades make the plane immune from those missiles? Yes, it would. How do I know? Well, because I spent 6 years, recently, working on the sibling of the State Route 71, the U-2, and as an electronics specialist I was directly responsible for installing and maintaining the ALQ-221 jammer that made our high-flying, but slow-moving, plane immune to those missiles as well. The U-2 and the State Route 71 don't just take pictures. They listen to cell phones. They monitor radios. And they also listen to, record and analyze the frequencies, pulse rates, variable modes and power outputs of enemy SAM systems like the S-200, 300 and 400. He continues, we know everything about them. We know how they work, so it's very easy to design systems to defeat them. The -300 is 1970s Russian technology, which makes it about as sophisticated from an electronics standpoint as 1950s American tech. The 400 is just an upgraded version of that. But we've had a long time to study them and build electronic countermeasures. When the Berlin Wall fell in 1989, and East and West Germany reunified, the very first thing NATO did was go in and scoop up all the Russian military tech it could find. We got T-80s, we got Fulcrums, and we got entire missile battalions worth of S-300 missiles. When other very poor nations like Belarus and Moldova split away from the USSR, we bought other stuff, like flankers, Hinds, and more missile systems. Only Russia, China and India operate the -400, but as much as they want access to American markets, I'm more than sure we've been allowed to peek at the equipment, and a missile or two may have fallen off a truck somewhere. Maybe it's cheating a little, but buying out the competition is the American way. The point is, we know exactly what their missile systems can do, and we've known for a long time. We build those upgrades into the U-2, and if we still flew the State Route 71, we would build them into it as well. Leimbach concludes, so, no, if modern weapons can't even take down the U-2, they could not shoot down the State Route 71.